We do need some dragons.
Are you positioned where you want to be on the map?
Well,
I mean,
I would like to be on the
be
ground.
like 100 kilometers further along, but yeah.
I'd like to be on solid ground, not in the air. But
Okay.
it's gonna go terribly.
Then you folks can roll for initiative as Uxan Sygax the Destroyer and Rithimur the Harbinger both approach.
Yes.
And Rithimur is already inhaling deeply, smoke pouring from his nostrils.
good initiative at least.
Which one was the Aerial Supremacist?
That is Uxan Sygax the Destroyer.
Alright. I should challenge him though, so he can't fly around as much.
It's not so much flying around as Aurelia would tell you. He excels at air combat.
Alright.
He's the big one.
Yes, he is slightly bigger than Rithimur.
What's that? Escalator. I don't know what that means, except for like a thing you go up.
Oops. I forgot to add Wohir on the escalation die onto the board. Let me go ahead and fetch Wohir.
Well, here on the
The escalation die. Yeah. On the back of the dragon, you see a 10th level wizard.
GG, guys. GG.
That changes the battle.
Go ahead and roll
dive
this
into
for
the-
Tempus.
The other one's
22.
Leon. Yeah, you didn't think we'd just wait for you?
Geráck should add his result to his.
Alright. It's been a while.
We have rolled well in these initiative rolls, so now we're gonna roll crap for.
You have not rolled poorly. Olia's initiative is not the most stellar result that she could have had. Uxan Sygax has a...
Yes.
What was that for him? Oh, a 2.
Yes.
Rithimur, bit faster.
Yeah, a bit faster.
God damn.
That was...
Well, 15 there is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I can run up and challenge him before he can
Unless
do it.
the other guy jumps your face.
Yeah, he probably will.
Rithimur the Harbinger's turn. I need to roll this 2d4 for him, so that I know what that is. And I need to roll Uxan Sygax's... Oh, okay.
Don't know if that's good or bad.
Probably bad.
Turn. Rithimur has eyes set square on sobbing profusely. No. See, Rithimur, though, roars, looks back at his older brother, who hisses in Draconic and gestures a claw at Aurelia.
Yes.
And Rithimur the Harbinger, the crow's eyes widen in terror, squawking, I hope you got this! As the Harbinger, being so close to it, seeing all the smoke just pouring out of its orifices. It will inhale as soon as it reaches Aurelia and level its breath square in her face, choosing to fire its breath weapon at one individual.
Oh. Oh boy, well that's a
Good
hit.
luck dodging that.
Let's try to deflect that at least a little bit. I'm assuming that's considered like a close quarters range attack, right?
Yes.
Alright.
I suppose it is...
See, what does that say? Ranged or close quarters that target AC or PD. I'll spend a key point to make that not kill me.
Okay. Then, even with that, that was a natural 18 plus. This is halved then. You're going to take 40 points of fire damage and 40 ongoing fire damage.
Alright.
That would have been 80-80.
As Aurelia manages to kind of like rip her crow out of like the main part of the breath, almost plummeting down.
Actually, that is this 40-20 instead of 40-40. 20 ongoing.
20 ongoing.
Yes.
Right.
halved. Yes, that should be, I'll say that's half, too. God's feeling benevolent, I reckon. Yes, as the precise breath attack focuses squarely on Aurelia's face, and the crow shrieks in terror.
I also forgot to roll the d6. Should I just do that now?
Yes.
I don't know how smart it is to summon thunder when we're literally flying.
It's fine.
Not summoning. Thunder, you're summoning lightning. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, there's lots
Jasmine.
of things that can channel the lightning to the ground.
Jasmine, it is your turn.
Well, I don't feel like flying into this thing's face. For
So you
some
should-
reason.
Well, it's either that or shoot.
Well, I think I will open it by throwing my hand axe instead.
Okay.
Okay.
You can get another one.
All right. Make sure to factor in your various bonuses and penalties.
Yes, this shall be done. This should be done. This will be a ranged attack against the destroyer.
The destroyer, yes.
Whee!
You miss the destroyer, or rather, you hit and the axe bounces off harmlessly.
Well, is that even? Yeah, what's it? Does a +4 make it hit?
No. Actually, yes, it does.
Then it deals damage anyway.
I'd use my Hammer of Faith then, because at least I will deal half damage. Although I do have a plus
see
15
here.
to hit.
Now, where do I want to swerve to? Because this feels dangerous.
Okay. The axe does manage to cause a thin gash along the creature's forehead. But even though the attack hit, the hand axe does not overly trouble the destroyer.
I did not think it would, but you know. I fly into the square. Don't think it really matters.
So the plan is that probably Geráck tries to get the big guy up there while we take care of the little one first? Or
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
Is the ongoing damage like save ends, or?
It is a
hope
save
so.
ends effect, yes.
Alright.
No,
Oh, it's fine.
permanent.
Aurelia, it is your turn. You should deduct one of your key points.
That is a good point, yes. Well, Aurelia trying to somewhat be calm, although she's probably more calm than the situation would suggest, so that's a start.
How in the hell did she mitigate that direct point-blank fire attack?
Well, what she essentially did was gripping really hard at the crow's throat, essentially, and then throwing all her weight to the left, like ripping the crow out of the way.
If I can.
And then she will quickly but politely request the crow to return to the object of interest here, as she will kind of maybe go on a crouch on top of the crow, and then.
Are you going to try and make a justification for springing Mantis Drake? Because I want to hear this.
No. It's going to be a different attack. I'm just trying to make this, like,
Sure.
no.
I
Absolutely.
leave the Tempus' crow.
Absolutely.
No, it's not going to be a spring mantis.
Alright, because I wanted to hear the part where you fucking roll a 1 and then fly into hell.
But she will use her tail, essentially swinging it in a big circle, trying to hit the dragon in front of her with pretty much only the tip, almost being like a glass cutter with the end of her tail.
Okay.
As she uses the cycle opens. 23.
That is a miss.
That does nothing then.
Do you think you can hit it if I gave you a reroll?
Uh,
Or would you rather do what I had planned to do, which was like to stomp out those tail feathers and give you a save before you have to take the damage?
I would rather not take the damage.
Then I will. As he sees you like flop that attack, he's like, "The bird is on fire! Like, do something."
Oh.
And just to do this thing, it's because Aranas has. He does not like the 3 and the the things that represent them. These are red dragons. He hasn't fought a red dragon, but he has thought about what it would be like to fight a red dragon. His animosity towards them and his earlier sort of thoughts that someday perhaps these dragons would come to try to break out the green, basically, has prepared him somewhat for what he might watch out for when fighting red dragons, and being set on fire and trying to get that out quickly, otherwise, well, it's going to only get worse, is something he has thought about, and it comes probably almost as a reflex when he sees her being hit or dodging this fire to, make sure that she damn well gets rid of whatever remains.
All right, that's a valid justification for using that command point. The save succeeds.
Alright, so Aurelia will like use her circular momentum to move towards the crow's like tail feathers that are currently like smoldering and literally burning and punch those out.
Perhaps might be in part why the crow has been screaming in terror.
Yeah.
God, I'm on fire!
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
Okay.
She's not really treating her crow like gently at all, but it's not really.
What's Tempus gonna do?
I think
Sneak attack the dragon.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fly up and sneak attack with his with the new fancy weapon.
Is that what Tempus would do?
You know.
Yes.
What's going through Tempus's mind?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna steal from this goddamn dragon. I'm gonna take its scales. Oh, yeah, I am.
Steal his breath weapon.
Steal his wings.
Still his will to live.
I don't think that's a valid choice for him to steal.
That would be great, though. But let's not take his like once per level power from him.
Yes. I'm going. Tempus, I think I'm going to use his bleeding strike against the dragon.
Okay.
That is a good.
That is enough to hit armor class.
Very well. In which case, I just need to double check the damage. Okay.
Well, the button for that can be pressed.
Yes,
Look at that
but
button.
but they haven't updated it correctly.
Well, it would be 8d8. And then plus 5 times 3.
Yes. Plus 5 times 3, which is 15. Plus, because I've opened up the book to make sure I can do this. Go to sneak attack because he gets to add his sneak attack to this as well.
Yes.
Which is 5d6 for him. 5d8, sorry.
Okay.
Rogues are mean.
Oh, plus 2 actually. Plus 2 because I didn't add the weapon enchantment.
Yes, that is a incredible gouge along the side of the Harbinger using the new Cogwork short sword awarded by Lord Duraptus. That is enough to make Vithamur feel it.
I hope so.
That was not an even, so it does not bleed, so there we go.
Yeah, we'll take the 83 damage. I think that's a good contribution to the pot.
Aranas.
Aranas, yes. I have to remember this. So no. Actually, there's no escalation die, so it wouldn't work anyway.
No, it wouldn't.
You rolled it anyway.
Let's go and do things to this dragon. We'll go here. Aurelia missed with her thing, but as a quick action, I will let her take an at-will attack as a free action.
Alright. Let's see what I would use here. Oh yeah, this one. Continuing to use her tail. She will slap at the thing with the pincer whirled shut.
What's the difference between this slap and the last slap?
Well, the last slap was only using the tip of the tail, like using only the tip of a dagger to make a really nasty cut. Whereas this is essentially just slamming into it.
You catch it right along the brow, next to one of its nostrils. That is a hit.
Good.
And then Aranas will draw the tooth of the green and himself engage with this beast. See if it can taste the pain of a dragon fang itself. See maybe how well it will like it.
I can also use a disengage check, which I would actually like to do, if I can do that.
Why do you have it? Well, I suppose, like, even with the -2 that you should have, that attack would still hit.
Yeah, but I didn't include the +2 from the buff, so it cancelled out.
Where's the miscellaneous +2 coming from, then?
The bless.
No, that can't be right, because it would be countered by the... She just said that.
It's 14 for the roll, 8 for the level, 4 for the dex, and 2 for the weapon. The bracers.
Right, your bracers are magical.
But I'm just ignoring the +2 from the blast because
Yes.
that cancelled out the -2.
Yes, I was asking what the +2 was. I forgot about your bracers, specifically. Go ahead and make your attack, Manaki.
Can I disengage?
Sure, you can successfully disengage.
Alright. Go here.
Oh. All right. Let's see here. I basically just have my bonuses that cancel out, so I have my standard attack bonus. Ooh.
That does manage to hit the Harbinger.
Wonderful. As he basically moves in with like the scimitar made of the tooth, as he tries to jam it between the scales. Perhaps it even managed to pierce one with the strength of a dragon fang.
You certainly do manage. The Harbinger is staggered.
Oh.
Stab. As he from the situation will gain enough of an edge to be ready to give out more commands.
It looks back doubtfully at his older brother. Anything else you want to do in your turn?
That is all my actions. So no.
Okay. The priestess swivels her head to look at the Harbinger, and she will not take the attack penalty at all, as she hisses out, "This is for Elrenara," and inhales, and spews out a massive wave of ice at the Harbinger.
Damn.
Aurelia again ripping her crow another way, probably.
Yes. The Harbinger is most assuredly hit. That is a crit, actually, on the Harbinger. That attack roll was so high for 120 points of damage, as frost forms all along the wings and the scales, and the Harbinger begins to spiral out of control. The Harbinger is dazed. Yes, that crits. The Harbinger is severely wounded, blood forming on top of his body and then freezing in place. Alia will not move. Geráck.
So I was thinking of trying to finish this guy off, but he's kind of plummeting right now, right? Or...
What happened to you trying to distract a destroyer before
like,
he ate
we
someone?
need you to...
yeah, but I want to kill it.
Wow.
Nah, I'll go up here.
It's up to you. I was merely... What was the plan?
No, I can hunt for glory.
Yeah, I'll go up here. You guys can finish him off. Maybe.
We can.
We'll see.
If I get the turn, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll go up here. Activate. Nah, let's not use the Hammer Fate. Fuck it. I'm gonna a Smite Evil on it, though.
Okay.
So that will be a +4.
The gods are sort of okay with the idea of labeling this guy as evil.
Yeah.
That hits.
Right. You are challenged.
He is, as a matter of fact, is challenged as he's knocked square in, basically the face with the fucking,
right between the eyes. Don't.
What does Geráck say to challenge him?
He just
I
laughs.
didn't really think of that.
That's how the challenge goes.
Probably, yeah.
Anything else?
Face. That probably makes it angry enough to challenge it.
Oh, it's pissed. Although, as it becomes its turn, it does spare a glance at his younger brother, who's busy. Full-on coward craven mode has activated for the Harbinger.
Yeah. Also, does this guy have a fear effect? Or?
He does, yes.
Oh, I get a +2 then. To my attack rolls.
Yes, he definitely does have a fear effect.
Right.
It is the Destroyer's turn. And he will attempt to demonstrate why, in fact, he is the fucking Destroyer air supremacist by brandishing his fangs, claws, and tail in mid-air at Geráck. That is a miss, but that is a natural even hit miss. So he'll get a third one of these attack rolls. This is the second attack roll.
Oh, shit.
That is 70 points of damage.
I can't do anything, right? No, I can't.
And the third attack roll will be an extra 35 on top of that. That is not a crit because the escalation die hasn't sufficiently adjusted. So a total of 105 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can take it up one of those.
Wait, 100. Yeah.
105, yes. He will remain basically like Geráck's crow and the destroyer will basically like fly together.
Yep.
Crow's not happy.
It's a beautiful
with
robot.
Geráck's decision,
No,
perhaps.
no. The escalation die goes to 1, and Rhythmer the Harbinger uses his full maneuverability over double the speed of crows. He takes one look back at his brother and just completely dive bombs, like heading as fast as the ocean as possible. Tempus and Aranas will get 2 parting attacks against him.
2?
Each of you will get 1.
One, right? Yeah.
Yes, each of you get 1. He is not even bothering to disengage properly.
Oh, that's horrible.
Those are both misses. Only
Deal half damage?
half damage is not enough to kill him.
Damn it.
So I assume that maybe asking whether he'd be possible to intercept is probably a bit futile.
No, you
All right.
really can't even catch him to intercept.
Well, I'll give him a parting
Unless
stab.
Aurelia wants to jump off the crow.
We'll think about that on Aurelia's turn.
Yes, he takes himself. He, even with half damage, even combined with the attack from Tempus. Wow, he came close there. So then Tempus's damage. That leaves him with 5 remaining hit points.
Well, has Tempest rolled his damage?
Tempus
missed.
missed. Both of them missed.
As well.
He had an armor class of 25.
Damn it.
He is gone from the combat.
So
Beyond far
close.
away.
Yes, he moves over double, like, he just dive bombed out of there.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
At
really?
least he
Why
has
did
to
you have to
fly all the way
disengage?
home. Shame.
Yes, if Aurelia had not disengaged, she would have gotten a free attack.
Which would have killed him with miss damage.
I didn't know he was so close to death, but that's fine.
Well,
And the destroyer roars after, "Coward as always!"
hi, Geráck.
Could we just move the whole battle now one step down so we have some size behind him? Or...
If you want, sure.
As Jasmine nervously flies towards the destroyer
Hello.
Hello.
and is going to go ahead and swing with her longsword.
All right.
Stab it in the eyes.
Its right eye is the area around it is
God.
heavily scarred,
Go
as
for
if
the
it had an
eyes.
eye removed at some point in its life.
Yep.
I will also make this my single power attack for the battle
Okay.
to deal automatic extra damage, 19,
All right.
regardless if I hit or miss. Okay, so sword, and I have a
That is a miss.
that is most certainly a miss. That is odd. Brace for it.
Okay. That's 8 damage plus 19, then. That would be that math. There you go. Well, with all of the power and desperation you put into that, it is enough to mildly scratch the destroyer.
I'll harm.
I don't know how I'm bracing a bird for this.
Aurelia, it is your turn.
Alright.
The Harbinger has basically gone spiraling in terror, away towards the Midland Sea.
Alright, so let's see here. It's going to take a moment. I have a feat which allows me to take any monk talent that I do not possess for one battle. There is a monk talent that exists called Improbable Stunt, which is very comparable to the swashbuckling of the rogue, which would maybe let me pull off a very improbable stunt here, including throwing Aurelia off the crow after telling it to dive bomb after her, to land on top of the currently fleeing dragon, to maybe get in the last hit before jumping off the hopefully lifeless corpse at that point back onto the crow.
Reading Improbable Stunt right now. What what page was the feat on? That remind me about that.
The feat is on page 78.
Okay, so
It is the epic feat of the Spiral Path.
1 battle per day. Choose a monk talent you don't ordinarily possess. This battle, you have that talent, and you are using the talent to gain improbable stunt. Once per battle, you can pull on an outrageous improvisational stunt that no one else could manage, with the possible exception of the swashbuckling rogue. The stunt is not itself an attack, but it might lead to one. The outrageous action of your stunt isn't something you have to roll for, even if it would ordinarily require a skill check to pull off. You'll still have to roll for an attack that follows up your stunt. What's possible with the talent? You'll note that the talent isn't called Impossible Stunt. Jumping from a crashing airship directly onto the wagon being driven by the villain seems perfectly appropriate, but magically changing to wind and wafting in to sit beside the villain is not what this talent is about. And it's an extension of your abilities as a monk rather than... Alright, so describe to me how it is that Aurelia basically flings herself, 50, 60 meters down from the crow to somehow land on top of the dragon.
So, first of all, Aurelia will calmly, although quickly, turn towards her own crow, saying that I trust in your abilities to fly more than mine. I would very much appreciate it if you could follow me and pick me up should I fall. As she then, without further explanation, will do the kind of jump you would do off a diving board to essentially offer as little wind resistance as possible as she dives down, using only her tail to really steer her, and goes after the currently spiraling dragon.
Okay, as the crow screams after her, "You're falling now! How are you doing this faster than me?" The careening dragon is definitely spiraling out of control, the Harbinger. He is significantly far, having bolted so thoroughly, and his craven nature is activated, and he has not rested, confident that someone is back there, even if it's his brother following him. As such, whenever the Harbinger does risk a glance behind him, it is much to his surprise and confusion that it ends up being someone who's landed on top of his tail, completely wreathed in smoke as the rest of the dragon is.
And Aurelia will take a moment to enjoy her current position and attack. Okay, a two-handed punch, essentially, on top of, one of the dragon's back spines or something.
Okay, make a normal skill check to attempt that.
Alright.
Why two-handed?
That's not a skill check.
That's not a skill check, that's a save.
So why don't we add your modifiers to that, then?
That would be terrible.
Yes, you rolled the d20, what's your modifiers?
Also, I do find it kind of unfair that taking what I said literally because I wanted to just flavor it, it would still be considered a one-handed attack.
You could have immediately told me to modify it. You want to make a one-handed attack instead?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
I still want to kind of hold on to the falling dragon, even though,
How do you two-handed punch?
She can do that. She'll wrap her tail
Hold
around
your wrist and hit it.
the dragon or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, but the attack will be... This dragon's demise will be the Temple Lion.
Could also do your breath weapon.
She could, but no, I don't have a quick action.
Alright.
I want to do a proper attack here. 31. As channeling her inner calmness in this ridiculous situation, she drives one of the spine bones into the dragon's backside or something.
Yes, the dragon, a rare sound for one of them, bleats in surprise as this little unflying creature has chased after, and its body actually begins to rupture apart. Steaming hot blood and smoke flying from it to cover and coat Aurelia, who has nowhere to go or possibly move, courtesy of the fact that she's standing on top of the dragon.
I accept.
Okay. Tempus.
So that was a thing.
Move and throw cutlery.
And,
that was actually.
and Aurelia begins plummeting again, by the way. So, I suppose before Tempus does make his move, what equipment does Aurelia have on her? Is there anything that's not really secured to her body?
Well, she would be very much used to moving rather quickly, far more quickly than any of her companions, so she would have made sure that, like, her fighting equipment at least would be very well secured. She might have, like, rations and such that might just be falling all over the place right now.
Sure. If her backpack at any moment had been open, which it doesn't sound like it had been during that, although she would have needed to drink her potions of rejuvenation at some point. It has gone, and is fluttering down to the Midland Sea.
That's fine.
As her body begins to smolder with severely scalding blood. Anyway, Tempus.
That crow better hurry up, though.
As Tempus, this crow will fly to here, and will use a flying blade to throw a piece of cutlery.
Which is a D4 damage die.
Yes. Wait, is it?
Gryph has been incorrectly using D6s up into this point, and I refuse to accept the fact that a dagger deals less damage than cutlery when thrown.
Yep, that's perfectly reasonable. That's perfectly reasonable. I just didn't know
I've not noticed it overly much, really, at all, because of the fact that, well, I hadn't looked.
Why a spoon?
He hasn't made enough flying blade attacks for me to read. Yes, a 32 does hit the destroyer.
Like a spork at it.
Sport.
If it's a natural even, or when you're engaged with it, you can do sneak attack.
That is definitely a natural even.